Welcome to Keon's Cafe and Beyond. Today I'm going to show you how to make green beans rice, known as Lubeia Polo. What we need for this rice, we need 2 pounds cooked shredded chicken. You can use ground beef or ground lamb. 1.5 pound fresh green beans. I washed them, I cleaned them and cut them into 1-inch pieces. 2 cubes of melted saffron. I have a video in the description on how to prepare saffron the best way to do it. 1 teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon ginger powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon nutmeg powder, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon cinnamon powder, 1 teaspoon Persian hogweed known as gol pad, 1/8 of a teaspoon clove powder. We also need 3.5 cups of chicken broth, 1 can of tomato sauce, 1 cup of tomato paste, 1/2 cup caramelized onion, which has 1 teaspoon turmeric in it, 1/2 cup vegetable oil, 2 large size flour tortilla bread, and finally 6 cups white rice washed. So now we can't use green beans from a can. You need to use fresh green beans for the rice. I'm just going to eyeball it into about 1-inch pieces. So you have to lightly saute them, and this is what it looks like sauteed to about what you need. So now we are going to add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil into our pan, and then we are going to turn it on medium-low heat. And basically, our first step is to saute our tomato paste. Now, how you know your tomato paste is ready from being done sauteed is it becomes a darkish red color, like maroon, about the color of maroon. So now I'm going to add in my tomato paste, and you need to be on top of it all the time, and basically don't leave it because tomato paste can burn very quickly. So now you might be able to tell on camera, you might not be able to tell, but this is what it looks like when it's done. It looks like a maroonish color. So now we are going to add in our caramelized onions. Get the rest of that out in a second. And our tomato paste, or tomato sauce. Now it is unified, and that's how you know you can add in the rest of your stuff. So now I'm going to add in my seasonings, my melted saffron, and my chicken broth. And now once I make these unified, then I will add my chicken. So now I have unified my sauce. I'm going to add in my chicken. And basically I'm going to simmer my chicken in the sauce. So now I'm going to add the lid on, and you need to just let it simmer for about 20 minutes. So meanwhile, while our chicken is being simmered, we are going to start our rice. So now you want to get the water level an inch above the rice. So for my finger, it's my second knuckle. So we're going to do that. Right about there. And before I have done this, I have washed my rice 3 times. So now I am going to add in my salt. It is 1 tablespoon of salt. So now just slightly try not to break the rice. Just do a little circle around the edge. But now we are going to put it onto low heat and let it, or low to medium, anywhere you want. I prefer medium for my rice. And now, how you know it's ready when the rice is finished and ready to take out and strain is one side of the rice will start coming out of the water and it'll become about double the size. And the water level will also go down by a lot. So now while we're waiting for our chicken and our rice to become ready, we are going to add in some oil to the bottom of a big pot. This is where we're going to add in all of our ingredients later. So that was 1/2 cup vegetable oil, and now we're going to just add 1/3 cup water. So now there is 3 ways to do tahdig, known as the bottom of the pot. So you can do it with bread or potatoes or simply just rice, nothing on the bottom. How I like to do it, I like to do it with tortilla bread. So what you do is just make some slight cuts like this about. And then you are going to add it into the bottom of the pot. Try not to get any of the oil and water on top of the bread. Really. It's supposed to be on the bottom. And now for the sides, for my other tortilla, you're just going to put that on the sides. Just try and lean them against the sides, do whatever you have to do. So now, as you can see, the rice is ready. It has come out of one side of the water. And now it is time for me to take this to the sink and rinse it. So now, we're going to pour in our rice. Oof, blinding. smoke bomb. Add in our rice to it. And then we are going to turn on some cold water and just rinse it down. Now 20 minutes has passed. As you can see, the chicken has absorbed some of our sauce, and that is exactly what we're looking for. So now we are going to add in our sauteed onions for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. Not onions, green beans. Into it. You don't want to make them mushy. You just want to let the green beans get a taste of the sauce and the chicken. So now we are going to start putting it in our pot. What we do is add a decent amount of rice to it. And then we are going to, with your hand or with a spoon, up to you, just spread it around, try and cover it, maybe a little more rice on the bottom. And then you are going to add a generous amount of your sauce and spread it around and cover it. My green beans. We're just going to spread it around and cover our rice up with it. So now I'm going to use this for the chicken because it is extremely hot. And now you're just going to do it like baklava. You're just going to go layer by layer. Rice, chicken, rice, chicken, rice, chicken. I'm going to use the rice with my hand. I've washed my hand thoroughly before this. And you're just going to spread it out and try and maybe a little more rice. Just going to cover the chicken. So on top of the rice, if you want to make it a little more aromatic, you can sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on it. So now we are going to just put 5 holes to the bottom with a spoon or a stick, whatever you want to do it with, just so the rice can get steam and it'll be cooked in the middle of the thing too. Now I'm going to transfer it onto my stove for the cooking portion. So now it is the cooking time. You are going to put the lid on, but you need to use a lid cover like I have here. And if you don't have a lid cover, you can simply cover your lid with a towel. Now I'm going to put my lid on top, firmly place it down, and I'm going to put it on high heat for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, we're going to turn it to low heat and leave it for 1 hour. Now, you need to make sure you never open this lid until it's done cooking thoroughly. And just as a tip that I like to use, just so no steam can get out, I'm going to put an empty pot on top of my lid. So now it is fully cooked. It's been 1 hour on the slow cook. And now we are going to ice bath it. So now I'm going to ice bath it. And the reason we ice bath it, what happens? The reason we ice bath it is so the bottom of the pot or tadig won't stick to the pot, and it won't just stick to the pot, and it'll make it a mess and it'll burn most likely. And you have to make sure that you do not take the lid off while it's in the ice bath. So now I have taken it out of the ice bath, and that smells good. Smell with your eyes, people. And now we are going to take our tray. I'm going to wear gloves just for some grip. And then you grab it, flip it over. Pretty heavy, pretty heavy. A few taps for good luck. And the result, very, very nice. So now, if you want a little more crisp, you can leave it in there for 5-10 more minutes. Just don't leave it in so much that it burns, because it really doesn't taste good, I'll tell you that. Now, how to cook it. Or not how to cook it, how to cut it. So basically, you go from the middle, you do a nice cut. Listen to that crunch, and then you can make it bigger or smaller, up to you, really. I like doing a medium-sized piece. Just cut it all the way down. So now I have put it on my plate, and now it is time for a taste test. Now, usually they eat it with salad shirazi or masto khiyar, yogurt with cucumber, or Persian salad, which I have a video on salad shirazi on how to make it. Now, I prefer salad shirazi in my food. I like to mix it in, and I'll add some red pepper to it just for a little bit of spice and flavor. Now I mix it in. Now time for a taste test. Very tasty. It is extremely nice and moist and soft. The chicken isn't too overwhelming. You can taste the sauce in it, which adds a really nice kick of flavor. The green beans add some nice texture and, of course, flavor to it. And a pro tip is if you add a little bit of lemon on top, squeezed lemon, makes it just 10 times better. If you like this video, subscribe, give me a like, and if you have any comments or recommendations, put them in the comment section down below.